Very low. Good afternoon, everybody. It is September 19th. The year's flying by, and it is 12:04 p.m. in the afternoon. I would like to call just the start of the advisory committee meeting for today. We do have a few people on here that are new. Let me mute everybody. We have a few people on here that are new and a few returning faces, but this is our first one for the school year. So Murphy, would you like to do roll call for me? Can you see people?
I can see, okay. I see Glenn Woke. Morning. Tim Albert. Morning. And Larry Clark. And Anthony Ruzika.
Andy.
Andy. Hatsefi. Sandra Holland. Hi, y'all. Hi, us. Good afternoon.
All right. Yeah, I think that's everybody. So I just want to go around touching bases with everybody, and then we're going to talk about what we have planned for the school year, and also add anything that we need to add for the school year if people have ideas and things like that. We just want to do more action stuff this year, this towards the end of the school year. So the more stuff we can do, the better, in person, in your face, just so the students know that we're here. And I don't really know what the end of the school semester looks like, if they're going to be virtual, go back virtual or not, but whatever the case may be, we still want to be sure that we're doing something. So I can talk about our business that we had last Sunday. We talked about just where everyone is at. We have officially hired one alum at the National Blues Museum. Correct, Murphy? Yes. Right. Okay. So that's awesome. She is, I don't know if she's there like full-time or part-time or whenever they have events, but
yeah, it's kind of like event-wise.
Event-wise, okay. But she's officially hired there. She did help us with some training a few years ago, and now she's there to help them like get their facilities back up and going, because they were virtual for a while, or I think they stopped for a bit. So now they're starting back up their video and audio, things like that. Let's see. Thomasina. Let me see. She is not on here, I don't think. Well, she had a play in the Ville. It was held outside of Sumner High School. Was it called the Ville? I think the play was called the Ville.
But yeah, the Ville of Vengeance.
Okay. So ABA wasn't part of that and recording it, so I can send you guys a link so you can actually see the amazing play that she did. If you did not know, Sumner High School has started arts program. I don't really know what to call it.
It's called art and activism.
What did you say, Mr. Clark? I couldn't hear you.
It's called art and activism.
Art and activism at Sumner?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So they now have switched to, it started this semester. They have, I believe, anywhere from like 4 to 6 different art majors that have completely taken over the last period of their school, of their class session. So there's piano, what is it called? They do, what is it? Dance,
acting.
You have acting. It's so many different arts that they put in place, and it's from different organizations that decide to come into Sumner High School. And like I said, that every student will be in some form of arts their last period of the school year. So that has been pretty good. Yes, Mr. Clark?
I want to announce that my organization the North St. Louis Arts Council is one of those organizations that will be working with 10 or 15 summer students as of this coming week. So we're working through last grader, who is the social worker there.
Mm-hmm.
So
yep.
we met this past week in person. Yeah, but we had been telephoning for like 3 weeks, and she finally come on into the building. So the North St. Louis Council will be involved. Yeah. Okay, I'll throw it out there.
Yeah. Yes, and Celeste is also a part of our team as well. She is one of those people that will get things done. So really, really love her for that. And she's awesome like the rest of you guys. So, you know, so that is what's going on in Sumner. Thomasina was a little concerned because as in some St. Louis public schools, when you have arts or anything that is not like, I guess like academic related, with that, and if it's just arts, they kind of throw students inside of those media programs. So it can be a little, you know, not focused on the things that it needs to be focused on, because there's students that are in the classroom that may cause like some challenges for the other students. So she is talking with the director, Tom, who is the director of the St. Louis Shakespeare Fest. Yeah. He's the one who kind of organized everyone to come into Sumner. So she's talking with him to just kind of help navigate and get things a little bit better over there. We have been inside of the school. ABA has been inside of school, I believe, three times since the school year has started, but over the summer we were there probably like twice a month. Just making sure their auditorium is good. If they need anything video production wise, audio wise. So it was really good. Another thing that we touched on was hopefully planning a career fair for the St. Louis Public Schools. We have not picked a location. We have not picked a time or a date yet, but we wanted to put that out there and let you all know that that's what we're trying to do. And it is kind of up in the air because we don't know if they're gonna try to switch everyone back to virtual or not. So that's why we kind of want to get a roll on it and look into the October dates before or if anything happens to where they're not in person. I feel like we will have more of an impact when we're in person than virtual, but we will have something online virtually for the people who cannot be there, for the students who cannot be there. So we do want to open up to everybody, but we want to have an in-person one in October sometime. And I think that is the main. Oh, and we're thinking about having, because they have all the arts programs in Sumner now, we're thinking about maybe doing a recap video with the students, just to showcase the arts and the skills that they are learning, because there are some students that are in there actually learning things and perfecting their craft, and we want to make sure that we're highlighting them outside of, you know, everything else that's going on, the back and forth and things like that. So that was our meeting last Sunday. I do want to open up the floor so that everyone can have a chance to just talk about what they have going on, if they have anything coming up, and if there's anything that we can help with or connect you with and things like that. I'm not sure if everyone saw the flyer in your email, but whenever I do things, I just associate ABA with it, because whatever I can do to help the students and alums and just any kind of arts, I'm in it. So there's a COVID safety virtual arts contest. I don't know if you all saw that. It is on our Facebook. Please share that flyer, whatever you can do. They're giving away like $500, $250, and $100 to students to either create a poster or a video. And the deadline is October 31st. So there's a lot of time for that, if you don't mind sharing that and getting that out there. So we will take this time just to go around. Murphy, I'll have you just take a charge of that and call on people. Well, I can take some notes.
No problem. I'm gonna start by calling on Glenn Woke and preface it by thanking him for always keeping us informed of the latest things happening in his whole area. He's video assistance, and so even though he's our TriCaster person, he always gives me a call to see how we're doing, see if there's anything we need, and I know he can speak a little bit to some training that New Tech will be providing for free. So take it away, Glenn.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. As far as training, there's a New Tech University that offers certified operator training courses for the TriCaster, for the 3-play. And if you're an educational institution, an instructor, teacher, or a student, you can actually get a coupon for free courseware. And the actual email, I've got an email address for you. So get your pens ready.
Can you throw it in the chat? And I'm also going to put it with our email as well.
I'm not sure how to do throw it in the chat. All I see is a screen here, so I don't see anything for chat.
Okay, I'll get it from.
It's really simple. NTU, like New Tech University, at newtek.com. That's spelled NEWTEK.com.
I think I dropped it in there.
So there's a coupon code. Once you get in there, New Tech will issue you a coupon code. Charles, have you actually taken advantage of that yet? Have you actually? You haven't. Okay. So what you do is you email New Tech. They will send you a coupon code, and then you can register or you can register a student. And then the exams are optional. So the courseware is free, absolutely free. The exams are optional. And if you decide you want to become a certified operator, or any of your alumni students want that, they can take the exams and become a certified operator, both 3-play and TriCaster. And literally, that's another feather in your hat. You know, you literally can go to, if you're a high school student, you go to University of Missouri, you can go to SEMO, Southeast Missouri State University, you can go to Lindenwood. These are all customers that have TriCasters, and they have students that will be applying every year. Did I answer to your question, to your satisfaction there, Charles?
Absolutely.
Is there a deadline?
No, there is no deadline right now. I don't know how long the offer is going to be available, but I have specifically taken the courseware myself, and it's not the same as having an instructor, you know, meaning that there's no back and forth questions and answers. It's all online. And, you know, Charles can attest to, you know, instructing students all these years, that it takes time to educate a student, and being able to have that back and forth questions and answers, it's priceless.
Absolutely.
So I see Larry has his hand up.
Yeah, what does the term TriCaster refer to? That's unfamiliar to me.
Okay, so a TriCaster was named TriCaster because
the term TriCaster.
It's basically, it offers 3 things. It allows you to record the content, It allows you to stream the content as well as multi-camera switching, but then it also allows you to project the content to large audiences in live events. So that's why they had called it the TriCaster, and NewTek has sold more TriCasters than all the other switcher manufacturers combined.
Okay, I think I got it. Record, stream, and project, correct?
Say again, Larry, your audio is kind of delayed.
I think I heard you say the TriCaster, the three activities that make a TriCaster is record, stream, and project.
That's correct.
Did I get that right?
Yes.
Right.
Mr. Clark, I'm gonna have you log out and log back in, and hopefully your video will catch up to your audio.
Yes, so basically, if you do a Google search on TriCaster,
Okay.
you will have well over 10,000 hits. That's how predominant the product is now.
And that's what we use at the World Chess. They did have one at the National Blues Museum, but I think they switched to EMix.
ATEM Mini Extreme.
Okay, they switched to another system, but yes. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. One other thing I did want to mention is that we are certified, not only as operators, but also training. I've trained folks for 30 years on how to use this technology.
And I want to say we'll be figuring out ways to take advantage of that resource. Absolutely. And like I said, I definitely want to thank Glenn for keeping us in the mix. And Glenn is also a resource on things like NDI. And I'm going to say that I have to say that NDI is really a very important technology that is here already and is setting, I'm going to say, setting standards for connectivity among devices, people, anything to do with sharing video, streaming video, or just connecting devices from anywhere on the planet to anywhere on the planet. There are some really powerful properties that NDI has now. And no matter what system you have, these free tools of NDI are just incredible. And I'm bringing them up because I think it's good for us to realize all these new advantages that are out here to help us communicate with each other and to help our young people communicate. I see you got your hand up, Hatsefi. You're muted, I think.
I think one, so you have two of them. So I'm not sure which one has your audio or not. So maybe I'll mute this other one that you're on and then try muting the one that you're on. This one. Do you see it?
You're still muted on one of them, yeah.
Yeah, she needs to scroll her mouse to the upper right-hand corner to unmute.
Yeah, I was, if I click on app.
Oh, there you go.
Am I fine now?
No, I hear you.
Yeah, you're fine. Everyone else has to mute themselves.
All right.
Okay. Kiers, could you mute the other one? The one where you see my face? Not my.
Okay, I muted that one. I'm gonna unmute this other one. And you have to like click on the button. I don't know if you can see it or not. Okay. Nope, I can't hear you. Maybe try, I don't know if you're on your phone or not. Maybe try calling in on your phone. Right. Nope, can't hear you. Which is weird because I muted this one.
We're having that kind of day. Let's see here.
See if you can, here, maybe I'll type in here.
How are we doing now? Can you hear me now?
We hear you, but you still got an echo. Something.
Maybe try going out and coming back in.
Yeah, you're logged in two.
Yeah, I see two devices, but one of them is muted, so it shouldn't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave this one.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so I left the other one.
Okay.
All right.
Now, so on this one, I should sound okay. What I was gonna say is that I know when we had that advisory meeting, even though I wasn't there, I tried to get in. We having these technical difficulties. That makes me feel some kind of way. It really does. However, I had read the minutes before that, and I read the minutes from the meeting as well. So one thing I had wanted to say when we were, a few minutes ago, raising your hand when you were doing your wrap up from the advisory meeting with the things that's going on at Sumner, Thomasina had also mentioned that she would like to see at the end of the year the different disciplines, or whatever you want to call them, tracks or whatever, that they do some culminating project where, whether they're doing music or drama or singing, whatever that is, that whatever, it should have some program at the end of the semester, just like anything else that you would put together, where you're seeing that they're learning and this is what they learn and this is what they would do. I think that would be a really good opportunity to do the tri-casting as well. Because I think of Fame, that old show Fame, where you had all these different disciplines, art disciplines, but it's not just about literary art or just about performing arts. It's also media arts now, which is what ABA is dealing with. So, and also she had mentioned about doing a PSA. So I've been looking at the YouTube stuff, the profiles that have been going on, and how well they're happening, and the different interactions that we're getting from each one of the people on the advisories. Like even with the thing with the Sheldon and Shakespeare, that was really, really nice videos. And so I'm thinking that once we start looking at the culminating projects, that it would be a perfect time to do some, use the TriCaster and make it as slick as, just show that we're incorporating all of our different venues, and, so that we start getting larger audiences that says, hey, we're addressing these things with these young people, because it's their time. And the more, it's a visual world for them. So the more they're involved with it on every level, it gives them a whole new culture of the arts to make St. Louis take notice. That's basically what I was trying to say.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, we are. So right now there is internship program for Carnahan and Roosevelt, where they leave, I think, Monday, Wednesday, and every other Friday to actually go to different locations. Because Sumner does not have a media program, we have to put together a proposal, and that involves having so many students interested first, and then we have to figure out what that looks like. Because Murphy I think you just got your bus, but Carnahan has been having their bus since the beginning of the semester, but Murphy still had to figure out his schedule so that they can actually allow him to take his students, to the different locations that we have for training and things like that. So we are putting together somewhat of a proposal to talk to the principal, and then Celeste is who you talked to, Mr. Clark, And then we want to extend that to the Vashon High School as well. Because you guys kind of have a media department now. Like, let's see.
Vashon does not.
Okay. So I'll be going over, that's another school I have to go over I have to make sure that I have enough students interested. I think it's between like 10 to 15 students in order to be like, oh, this is like a classroom, you know, to get a bus or some kind of transportation going on.
Actually, that's not an issue. You know, how many, as long as we get some that are interested and will actually participate, we can move forward.
Get it going. Yeah. Yes, we did talk about that. We briefly talked about that on the meeting. So that's on YouTube. But she has to have a meeting with Tom. She wanted to have a meeting with Tom first to see kind of what their direction is. And then we're supposed to have a meeting to see what we're going to do next. Yes, Mr. Clark.
Okay, Ms. Holland, Sandra Holland is at Vashon, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Sandra, okay. So, Sandra, the North Central Arts Council had a photography program in 2018, and we operated out of Mr. Jennings' art class.
I'm familiar with him, yes.
And so 2019, we didn't continue that program. Okay, well, I'm trying to bring it back up because I just met you through these communications last year. And I did not know your position that was at Vashon in 2019. So we didn't continue with Mr. Jennings in 2020, COVID and all that stuff. So we know we had an interesting class two or 3 years ago. So I'd like for us to revisit that. And this is still photography. So with that been brought out, maybe Miss Holland, you and I can talk about that, reestablishing that connection.
And I'll be sure to send out everyone's contact information. It will just be your name and probably your email. So not the phone number. So you guys got to communicate on the email and then you can get each other's phone number. But I'll be sure to make sure I send that out again so that everyone can just have it because I'm sure it got lost in the email. Like mine do all the time. Tim, if you have anything, I know you have some stuff coming up, but I don't know if you want to just touch bases on what you have going, what has happened and what's going to happen. Just a little update about it.
Okay, I don't have a whole lot. I'm just kind of floating in the background. So the last thing we did was Sheldon got all the instruments to the high school. So hopefully that's all getting used well. Our regular education shows are going to be up live and through live stream, but that's kind of a system that's already in place. So Murph is still going to be using the space to teach. So that's kind of the best resource use we've got at the moment. Because he's able to come in the morning while we're doing our school shows and kind of do his own version of broadcasting it. And he spent last year teaching virtually. So this year we're hoping to be able to bring students into the Sheldon. Obviously the shows are in the morning, so that's hard for students. But the next step would be bring people in at night when we don't have any shows, that they've still got access to the equipment and the building, and just basically turn it into a tutorial space, for lack of a better way to describe it. So that's pretty much all I have to offer. When the Sheldon's not busy with a show, I'm available to open up the space and use it however we need to use it. It's kind of a broad brush, but that's where we're at.
Hey, I'll accept.
Just run it by you first.
Brushes, no problem at all. And but I definitely want to thank Tim for being in there. Like he says he's in the background. He's in the foreground background because he makes sure the place happens and the place works over there at the Sheldon. And I think that's a key to what all of us do wherever we are. You know, we're there and we're making sure things are happening. And in our case, with the advisory committee, you know, the different members are keeping an awareness of what our students need in you know in people's view. So I definitely appreciate all that. So thanks, Tim. And we will be bringing students in. Um, I got my schedule together finally, and we actually could start as early as I want to say 10 o'clock ish. So we'll work it out though. We'll get our schedules out there because
Okay.
I need to give them a schedule too. Thanks.
Right. Because our education programs go live at 10 o'clock.
Cool.
It's like 10 to 11. But as you know from last year, you can use the space however you need to use it.
Thank you very much. Yep.
All right, Murphy, who next?
I don't have anything. I'm just kidding. It's just so much. So many opportunities happening now, and as long as we keep communicating with each other, you know, I think we'll be okay. Also, we're making sure that the district is aware of whatever we're working on. And this whole thing of making number one, you know, trailer, commercial, whatever about what we're doing, that's going to be crucial. And then the exposition, you know, when we share with share with students all the different things that we can do, that's going to be crucial as well. So I look forward to that. And Mr. Pulley is listening. He's having some problems, but you know, I just want everybody to know that he's definitely listening. And between the two of us, we do have access to a bus and our buses, and we will be putting together a schedule, and that schedule can include whatever schools we need to go to. Mainly, it's Roosevelt, Carnahan, or where we're coming from, and we will be going to Sumner, and we will be going to the National Blues Museum. We will be going to the Sheldon Concert Hall. So if you get something to come together at Vashon, you know, just let us know what it is, and then we can figure out how to be there physically and or virtually. So, you know, to me, that's what this is all about right now, taking advantage of these awesome, you know, technology links that are out here, and, you know, use whatever we have to get our students in there and you know, get them trained and aware of what's going on. I will say, to me, I think the most important thing we need is a mentoring situation. Not that it's going to happen right away or anything like that, but I will say too, the geospatial component in St. Louis now, especially the one over there near where the Griot Museum of Black History is, over in that area, St. Louis Avenue and Cass and Jefferson and so forth. That's going to be a very critical area to make sure that our students and ourselves that we keep aware of what's happening over there. So we do have a connection over there with Dr. Rosalind Norman, and I'll be sharing her information. She has access to training at the plant center out there on what is it, way out on Page, I think it is. But all I'm saying is there are more and more opportunities available, and I'll start making sure that we're connected to all of them, because these are really valuable resources. That's the main thing right now. I'll stop.
Steffi, do you have some comments?
I'm glad that Murphy brought up the mentoring aspect that we will be getting into, because I have, I attend the advisory meetings, and I've been working with Babatunde for a while in schools, when he asked me, or what we're testing and things like that. However, I have kind of revamped what I do in terms of HK Films. Once I somewhat retired from production. I mean, I've been doing this for like 40 years, whether it was radio, television, or film, and I'm still doing film. And whether it was concert promotions or productions, I'm looking at more, how do we find the discipline that the person is introduced into, as well as what is your story that you're telling. And so my emphasis are on pre-production and helping young people find their voice and the outlet in which to tell their story, be it through music or spoken word or art or media. So I've been trying to figure out in what capacity am I going to be working as an advisory board member with young people. And the mentoring programs just kind of answered that question, that's probably the source that I would be going through. Because I have been contemplating, where do I fit in, since I'm not really actively have a production company that's going to bring interns in. So that's my concern. I know we were talking about doing the PSA and having students do the PSA, and from the point of writing it as well as producing it, shooting it. I mean, I want to be able to see young people do every aspect of what it takes to put this on, from pre-production all the way to projection. That's what I'm interested in. And I do a lot of consulting work with in-house, with companies as well as public sectors. I want that to be happening in our school systems and not being all over the place. So I'm offering, or just weighing in on that's where my interest lies, and as a consultant and as an advisory board member as well.
That would be awesome. So I already put that down. So I'll be meeting with you next week so we can get that going. I'm all about just getting things going. Like, we can talk about it, that's cool, but like once we actually get it going. So when I send out this, the notes and then the YouTube link for this meeting that we're having now, I'll also schedule a meeting with you so that we can talk about like what that looks like, and probably put together a proposal and then just get that going.
Okay. I saw you with the, I'm trying to think, was it the Sumner, whether it was the Sumner workshop or not, where you had your hair braided and everything. And I was just very, I'm impressed and happy to be among this great group of people, because you all got it going on. And I like the fact that you're so young and you're just like out there doing it. And I'm just really excited about it. And I think that we are further along now as an advisory board than we were 3 years ago. So I'm impressed, and I can put my hand down now.
Teamwork makes the dream work. It's because of you guys. So I just sent out the Zoom links. let's see. Oh, Glenn, did you have a comment or anything? Sorry. Then Sonia, I'll get to you.
May I make a suggestion?
Sure.
Yes. So Charles, it sounds like you have a bus that you can take out to different locations for your interns, right?
Yes.
I bumped into a gentleman last week, and I think Key knows him, Andre Holman down at STL TV.
Yes, I worked for him. Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I was down at Outreach Studios, and that's where I bumped into him down there. That may be a place for interns. Channel 9 is another possibility for interns. I know the station manager down there and the chief engineer. And I'm sure that they could desperately use interns, you know, to set up lighting or, you know, run cables or whatever, you know.
Yeah, it is called. So if you don't know, I will actually send that in the email as well. Andre Holman, who is a very well-known just media person in St. Louis, he just launched his network based out of St. Louis called TV Network.
Oh.
I am a producer of, I think, 4 shows
Wow,
on the
holy cow.
network. So we will, yes, always looking for interns, always looking for people to come in and work and things like that. So that is on the list, and I'll actually make sure that I send that out to you all. If you do have a show, just let me know. I can send it to him. Like, it's more of people creating their own content, and he will be like, it's like a network. Like, you produce your own content and everything, and you give it to him, and he streams it on Roku, Apple TV, and then I think Fire Stick or something like that. And then it's also streaming live on YouTube. So I'll be sending out more information about TV Network, just in case you do have a show idea, or you have students that are interested as well, or they can just go through me as well. So yeah.
So I took a tour of the facility, both at Channel 9 and over at Outreach Studios. They both had huge studio spaces.
Yes.
Just wonderful, wonderful locations.
And then
for students to learn, you know.
And then he's actually, so that location that Glenn is talking about is in Brentwood. It's across the street from the Galleria. And then they also announced that they will be building another studio that will be downtown on Washington. A whole, like, it's going to be a whole media production studio as well.
Oh, wow.
I don't know when that official date is, but I know they announced it at their launch party 3 weeks ago or something like that. So, yes.
Also, so people will know, Thomasina and I have started training at Tony Thompson's studio called
Tamanisha,
sorry. Yes, Tamanisha and I have started training there and learning his system. And ABA has an office space there, which also means that there's possibility for meetings and so forth, etc. And I'm basically bringing that up to say that that is another place where as we get trained, we'll be able to bring students in and, you know, get them mentored in that facility as well. And I'm trying to remember the brother at Channel 2. I gotta help my old mind. I know he had called me last week about the meeting, and I remind him that it was this week. So I'm trying to get in touch with him now. But I know he has some opportunities over there at Channel 2.
right. And Sandra, do you want to go?
Okay, my name is Sandra Holland, and I'm actually now in the business area now, but because of the collaboration, when I started with this group, I wanted to remain in this group. So I'm not TV, radio, or desktop publishing or graphics anymore. I just kind of wanted to remain with the group for the collaboration that I enjoyed with this mixture of individuals. But I do teach business management at the Shine, and we are looking at doing a career fair. We're still working on the date, kind of have a lot of other things that we're trying to grasp, but we are looking at coming up with a date for a career fair, and that I think this group would definitely play a good role in. So that date will be coming up as soon as possible. I'll be working with Kiara's on that particular project. And also our need is for possibly speakers that would mind coming in to talk with our students concerning career planning and just giving them some giving your story or our options to speak with students towards the various career planning, coming into classrooms and speaking. So that's all I have. And that's what I will be getting some schedules and dates for that. And I'll pass that on once we come up with the class periods that we would like someone to come in to just speak on various topics to our students. And that's all I have.
And that schedule will, I'm hoping to send that schedule out when I send out all this information. We're still working on like dates and times and things for her class. So as soon as we get that together, I'll be sending it out to everyone. And then you can just like put your name in the time slot along with your email so that she can contact you and just confirm and send you links and stuff. So that is open to, I don't want to say literally everybody, but a lot of people that could potentially like open students' eyes to different things that they're not exposed to or feel like they can't reach because of their environment or anything like that. So if you know someone as well, feel free to send them the contact information once we send that out as well. Hold on. So Thomasina, are you on here?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I wanted to make sure you had a time to speak as well if you had something to say, and then
I have nothing to say.
Okay, just here for support.
Yeah, I'm here. Late but here.
Pulley, I don't know if you're on here and if you're capable of unmuting or anything, but Kevin Pulley is on here as well. He hopped on. Okay, probably not.
What about Andy?
Hold on. Andy, if you don't mind just talking a little bit about yourself. I invited Andy to this meeting. I've been knowing him for, I don't know, like 3 or 4 years. He is another media guru like myself, and also in front of the camera, but I am currently trying to allow him to be amazing in his own field under his own company for himself. So I am doing the pulling kind of thing, but I wanted him to be on this meeting to meet everybody, most of everybody that's here. And then also we have a meeting afterwards. So Andy, if you wouldn't mind giving me a little spiel of yourself, that'd be great.
All right, well, thanks so much. Well, that's amazing intro, but Key's the one who's amazing. But I've done been in media, radio, TV since 2005. Actually, a lot of faces on here. I've kind of worked with a few of you. Hasefi, we did the Mayor Jones inauguration or a victory night. That was awesome. Murphy, we've done some stuff together. Tim, yeah, we've done the show at the Sheldon. I was one of the camera people for I can't remember the pianist's name, but so I've seen a few of you around. Obviously, Polly, I've seen you around a few times. Just always interested in doing anything, whether it's on camera, voiceover, editing, operating camera, streaming, working with vMix, whatever it is, TV, radio, film is just pretty much, I'm willing to do anything.
I'm gonna say I'm starting to see something here, in particular in a space like the space we have at Sumner. Sumner's auditorium is really nice and big, and they've got a lot of different rooms and so forth. And I'm almost starting to see you can call it, I guess, a camp. I mean, in other words, the different people that can help and mentor, it might be good if we met at a place like Sumner, and then everybody had a space, even like in the auditorium, at different places in the auditorium, because that was my original concept as far as how we would do our presentations over there. One of the things I've found at Roosevelt, we work on carts. So each system, video system, audio system, projection system, it's on a removable cart. And we can move those around. And I'm thinking it might be a good thing to have stations like that at Sumner, based on the size and the different rooms and so forth. And then
Murphy,
go ahead.
Sorry, I don't know if you remember or not, but we did do that a few years ago when Sumner had a media program. We were in the library though, because they have little cubbies in the library, and we set up, I believe, like 4 different stations, and we also had students create a media project for that. I'll send a link to the YouTube, because it is on YouTube, everybody.
I think that makes sense though, because like I say, Sumner, there's a lot of spaces over there, and you're right. That library space, I was finally able to see that, and it is big. So that's going to help with the social distancing and anything else. So I totally agree that their library would be an excellent facility to do that type of things. But I think it's going to make sense to have, to take advantage of those spaces and bring people in to actually, have our own, set of workshops.
I really like your idea, like a media co-working space for media professionals.
Yeah. Wow.
And make it private and public.
Absolutely.
Partnership, because we need to do more of that as a community here in St. Louis.
Yeah, we'll do it like privately for the students, and then we can see if we can do it publicly for the community. But the mixing of the students and the community during school hours isn't a super, I don't know. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but we want to just keep clear of literally any possibilities that could happen. So we'll probably keep those separately and do something at a space or at Sumner or something later on in the day for the community. So it'd be like another career fair, but for the community or for the adults and the parents and things like that. So yes.
Just a thought, you could have it, like you say, have them separated, but have it so that they can actually intern in those spaces and actually see how real world production is done.
That's making sense. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, you want to have them separate, but then you want to have the instructor with his bus, like Charles has his bus, and Kevin would have his bus, and they could actually converge on Sumner.
Right.
Yes.
Keith,
just my thought, just an idea.
I think that, you sending that link out, because I'm looking at ABA at Sumner High School with Sony PlayStation, which was March 9th, 2019. And that was what the finished product was. The YouTube is just 3 minutes and 6 seconds or something like that, but you get to see young people.
And that was created by the students too. They recorded and they edited it.
And it's a beautiful thing. So I would say for all of us on at this meeting today to take a look at that, because that's the basis of what we can make even bigger when busing other people in to take part of something like this. And it was pretty well attended, and I think that it could even be even bigger, because the kids were really into it. Everybody had something to do. It was spaced out, and we wasn't even dealing with social distancing then, but everybody had a spot. So take a look at that YouTube on ABA at Sumner High School. And they all look like they were having fun. I'd like to see that on a larger scale. We can do that. We can do this.
Absolutely. I think this is coming together.
Agreed. So, yeah, if there's not any more questions, comments, or concerns, we're gonna I'm gonna send out this link and then also the minutes for the meeting along with the other things that I said I'm gonna send to you guys. Hopefully by the end of this week, that's what I'm shooting for, so that we can just get going. Murphy, I know you got something to say, but I'm gonna give you like a minute.
No problem. I just want to recognize Jay Gill. He logged in, and I would appreciate if he just let us know what's happening over at Channel 2.
Yeah, if you want to give us an update, if you can. And
first of all, my big apologies for being late. I got so much going on today. KTVI and along with all the St. Louis markets we're executing to launch ATSC 3.0 on Thursday, September the 23rd in the St. Louis area market. So I'm working with all the channel 2, channel 11, channel 4, channel 5, and channel 30 to get this going. So so we're big on that, even working on it today. That being said, I think last time we talked about a shadow program or internship program at KTVI and KPLR. And we're active with that. We have one intern right now. And as a matter of fact, we were just talking about this advisory committee that we do have a slot open for at least 2 shadow students. And I don't know if students are, I don't know the status of students right now with the COVID thing, but we would like to get a shadow student or 2 going immediately. So Mr. Murphy Barber, I think you have Mary Hill's contact information. If you don't, I'll send it to her. Okay. I'll send it to you. And then maybe we can execute that for the student that you all recommend, because okay. I jumped in on the tail end, but here again, this is exposure, seeing how things are done, and I think it's hitting on exactly what some of the vision to do from this advisory committee. So I'd like to get that going as soon as possible. And can I have Mary contact you, Baba, too? Or
Absolutely. I'll be expecting it.
Okay.
And, I just want to say that ATSC 3.0 is really awesome, folks. It brings all of these technologies right into people's hands, and over regular TV signals. So it's some powerful stuff. All the latest stuff can happen, and I'm loving on it. Appreciate
Absolutely,
it.
yeah. So yeah, I'll definitely keep everyone on this call informed.
If you want to just send us a link or something in the email blast, that'll be great, so people can check it out or find out more information.
Yeah, I've done a presentation of it. Yeah, I can send a PowerPoint and a little video that gives a little detailed explanation of what it is and what to expect and how you can utilize it. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
And I was late, but I do have to run because I just stopped to join in, and I'm gonna join back out. But I'll be in touch. Thank you all so much.
Awesome. Thank you. All
right, Jay.
All right. If there's not any more questions or anything, anybody? I'm gonna wait. Let me open up participants. Make sure I'm looking at everybody. Okay. If there's no other business, I am officially calling to end this meeting at 1:03 p.m. Everyone in favor, unmute yourself and say aye.
Aye.
All right, meeting adjourned. Tim and Andy, stay on, please.